Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today I want to give you a couple of tips and tricks that you can use in AUM to make stuff, well, different. Okay, so the first one is kind of like pseudo stereo-ish, that kind of thing. First off, I'm going to apply it to my voice. Now you can do this kind of trick with any incoming audio, mono or stereo, doesn't matter. First thing I'm going to do, this is my normal vocal chain. Goes through Bruce 3, then a bit of gain, then a DDM F60. What is it? 6140 EQ, which is great, and then into Barricade. Now I can create another audio channel or what have you here and move it over, but the easiest thing to do is I just want to duplicate this. So I'm just going to tap on this, hit duplicate, and it will just duplicate that channel exactly, and you'll hear it'll just go a little bit louder. It's the same channel, identical. The first thing I am going to do is add another node in here and another node in here. And I could have done this and then duplicated it, but you know, I'm going to do this, go to stereo processing and just go stereo balance in this, and where are we going? Stereo balance in this, and I'm just going to drag this over to the left and this one over to the right. Now it sounds basically exactly the same, except if I lower this one now, my voice is just going to come from the left side, and of course, obviously, if I lower this, my voice is just going to come from the right now. But it doesn't add any stereo width. It's basically just the same signal when it's set like this. If we move up now and add another node, we'll add it to this one. It doesn't really matter. You can add both of these or just one. So we're going to hit the little +1 here, do this, and now go to time offset. Time offset is very cool. I think it was originally designed to compensate for latency and stuff like this, but doing this with the two mono inputs that have been split like this, you can get a really cool widening effect. So you click on it and you'll get one parameter here. You can offset it negative or positive. Let's just offset this to about 20 like this, and immediately you'll hear this excellent stereo spread in the headphones. Now there's another cool trick here. This is great for singers, for backing vocals and things like this. You can go completely nuts if you want to go all the way up to 100, but of course the effect is more like a delay. So if you had a bunch of these, it's like a delay, but taking it right down to around, you know, 30, 40, something like that, you just get this nice widening. Now there's another cool trick you could do here as well. If we now duplicate another channel, so for example, let's take that off there and let's remove the balancers as well. Okay, let's lower this. If we duplicate this channel again, so now we have 3 channels and they're all more or less, well, they're all exactly the same. In fact, you see, it even duplicates the settings. Leave this one as it is. Okay, so let's just take this down. Let's add back in the stereo processing here. So stereo balance on this one, and we'll add in the stereo balance on this. And of course, we'll take it over there and I'll drag this one over here. And then this one will be in the middle. Sometimes if you're doing backing vocals, or even if you're a singer and you come into a chorus, it's really nice to have all of a sudden have the vocal stay in the center, but then spread left and right as well. And that's dead easy to achieve with AUM using the offset. So for example, in this, we've got left and right here, but you can't really hear it, sounds the same. And then we've got the center one here. If we add in our offset here now, and we move it over to about, say, I don't know, maybe 19% or even a little bit more, 32. But we can take another node here. We don't need to, but it's going to sound even more pronounced. We'll take another time offset here and move this way to, say, the same-ish. And then you bring up the center vocal. You've now got a clear distinction. You've got your center vocal and you've got your left and right spread either side as well, all from one channel and just going through. And that's a really cool effect. Also means you can add different effects to different parts. You could add a little bit of I don't know, tiny bit of, say, bit of reverb just to this side, like that. 1, 2. Another type of effect on this one, you could add, say, in, let's just add in a police delay. Here, 1, 2. And now you've got the delay this side. And of course you can control the dry wet as well. So a bit of reverb on the left, bit of delay on the right, kind of dry, clean signal in the middle, and you've got some interesting stuff going on. Okay. Let's just turn those down like this, so we're left with our synth one. Right, so this next one, this is cool. This is effect swapping. So I've got piano motifs, and it's playing this piano from Piano Tech. It's also playing this cymbal on from Piano Tech. It's basically piano motifs, and then you just route the MIDI outputs to wherever you want. And I did use the duplicate for the instruments as well, which is really cool. On this Piano Tech, there is a Moog delay. And on this one, which is playing the piano, is a police reverb. Here's a cool thing. You can swap anything out in AUM without having to kind of put in another node and set it all up again. If you long hold on anything, you'll see it says select. Okay, so for example, let's say we wanted to just select this one, and you'll see it'll do a quick blue highlight there. If you hold this now, you'll see we've got another option called swap. And I can swap this Moog with this, and it'll just change them around. And this will give you a different tone for what's playing. So for example, if we play it, let's play the thing. Let's hold this and go swap. We've now got the Moog delay on this first one and the reverb on the cymbal on. But you can swap anything out from anywhere. Right, if you hold this, okay, you can swap it with the one that's selected. Like this, see, it's got a little blue halo. Or we could go, right, I'm gonna select this, hold that, and swap it with the reverb again. Now, you can also, of course, if we double tap to add a node, we can do the same kind of time offset trick with this as well. You can time offset absolutely anything, samples, live audio input like you heard with the voice, your AUV3s, anything you like. And this will give a slightly different effect, right? Because now you're offsetting two completely different sounds. If we take the effect off, we can make it more pronounced. And it's given a really interesting effect. So the last one, I'll show you that again. I want to show you it on drums. It sounds really nice on drums. Other things that are really useful in AUM is the fact that you can, at any time, see how much DSP any instrument is actually using. So, for example, if we press play here, we don't need the volume. If you drag this to the right, you'll see 16.3%. Piano Tech is using 16.3%. This one is using 14. That's using nothing because it's disconnected. Let's connect it. And now you'll see it's using 3. Barricade is using, let's move it along a little bit so we can see. This Barricade is using 1.6. So you can get a good idea of if you've got a really overloaded DSP set, you can automatically see what's kind of causing the problem, maybe make a few adjustments. If you long hold on this, or just tap on it, the DSP, you get the engine info. So you get the sample rate, what it's set at, the buffer size, etc., buffer duration, inputs, outputs, node statistics. So you can see exactly what's going on with each of these nodes that have been used and the percentage that have been used. You can also go down and find out what CPU cores are being used as well, a distribution. See, they're slightly changed, so the more you have going on, I guess. It's really, really good. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. And it's useful for stats for nerds, isn't it? You know. But it's good because you can find out things that may be overloading the system. Right, one more thing. We'll do this. We shall add in a hammerhead drum machine because it's quick. I'll just put up a preset for you. I think what I'll do is I'll use my super basic because you'll hear it better. So super basic, tap on that, duplicate, and that'll be a little bit louder and you'll hear a slight phasing. So let's just add in, we can add a stereo balance or a stereo panning. Let's add a stereo balance, and I'll add one in here as well. And spread those out left and right. Same thing again. We will add the time offset. We only really need to add one if we want it to be a subtle effect. It's cool. Tap on it and let's just... Can't hear it yet. See? It's a really nice effect. And again, you could use the same trick as we did and duplicate it and have the drums central and then maybe apply EQ or effects or what have you to one of the left or right channels. Let's go a bit further. Let's see. Now you're getting like a delay. But like I said, you could set up multiple of these and have them all set slightly different offset. If you wanted to create something unique and interesting, this is a good way to do it. The key thing is you can apply effects to each individual offset pattern. It's like if you set it up to be like a kind of like a pseudo delay, you can apply effects to certain parts of that delayed offset chain of the same sound sort of thing, Nice. Anyway, there you go. Just some interesting things that you can do with AUM that probably aren't that obvious. Another one, you can tap on here and choose the different metering sources. At the moment, it's USB, but you could go like hardware and just see what's coming out of my mic. Anyway, top job, cool beans. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Please consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Ta-da!